Sure, we are going live on this end. Waiting for Hack the Movies. Okay, it says we're live. Okay, we are live.
Yay.
Hello, everyone. How are you?
Are you talking to us or the voice?
Yeah, I was talking to you guys. Let me try that again. Let me try that for the podcast version, so it doesn't start with an awkward pause. Here we go. Hello, everyone. How are you?
Hello, Tony from Hack the Movies. How the heck are you?
I'm doing great. Hello, Joey C. Hello, Adam Does Movies, and hello, Gil.
Hi, Tony.
One Take Gil. So yes, the last episode, Gil was on there. You know, I was like, oh, this is a patron. Nice. And I had him talking when I had the patrons on. And I'm like, what a nice guy that Gil person seems to be. And then I get a comment going like, whoa, a collab between Tony and One Take Gil. And I was like, who? And then I check, and I'm like, oh, this fucker has more subscribers than all of us. I see One Take Gil, 151,000, a million views. I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh, God, I treated that guy as a common person.
You disrespected me, Tony.
I disrespected. I'm like, yeah, that's nice, Gil. Okay, goodbye, Gil.
I remember I was like, Tony, I'll hit the leave button so you don't have to kick me out. And before I hit the button, I was out. So I was like, you hit that kick out button.
Come on, dude.
Look at me. I was big leaguing One Take Gil. But yeah, Gil does these great videos. As you see here, he's got the MCU in order. What else? You do those like what so-and-so really means, like what movies really mean. Great content. He doesn't just react to other people's content like some hacks out there do. You know, a person works really hard in the video, and then some asshole's like, oh, let me just react to this guy's video that he put a lot of work into.
Who are you talking about? Oh,
I'm talking about you, asshole. Oh.
So, didn't I react to you reacting to me reacting, though?
Look, we don't have time to go through this. You're the bad guy in this situation. Me and Adam are currently beefing. He has turned Mint Salad against me. My best friend, my oldest friend, my best friend, Mint Salad, turned her against me. So we have unfinished business, but we're here today to talk about new releases, and that's what we're going to focus on. Okay, guys?
That's right.
I sent you guys the list. The first one up is actually the newest. This just aired today. Fubar. I only watched the first episode. Did anyone else here watch Fubar?
Oh, yeah, baby. I watched 2 episodes. It's all I can fit. Yeah.
What about you, Gil?
I did watch the first one.
Okay. How about you, Adam?
No, I'm trying to keep a good impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger in my mind still.
Come on.
As far as the movies and shows go. And I heard this is a dumpster fire, so
you know, I'm only 1 episode in, and yeah, I'll let you know when I'm a couple more episodes in, but you might have the right idea. So yeah, we all like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like the president now of Netflix Action or something, right?
Yep.
And
yeah.
So that means.
So Adam really likes him, and I want the chat to make a note that Adam likes a Republican who hosted The Apprentice. Make sure everyone knows that.
True.
And worded exactly like that. Like Adam Does Movies. He likes that Republican who hosted The Apprentice. Yeah, so this came out today. Like I said, I watched the first episode. I'm like, all right, you guys know me. I'm not really thrilled about the elderly action hero trying to relive his youth genre that we are sadly in. I hate it. I hate it so much. But I was like, all right, let me give this one a chance. This might be fun. Maybe they'll have fun with the concept. It's basically True Lies if his daughter was also a secret agent. So, guys, it's like a True Lies TV show, not to be confused with the True Lies TV show, which was quickly canceled. Yeah, so Joe and Gil, what was your takeaway of this show? What did you think?
I thought it was decent. It's a fun watch. It is super cheesy, and the trope of the old hero is pretty goofy by nature.
No.
But Yeah, I mean, the special effects weren't that good. You can definitely tell when Arnold is not jumping off the back of a Jeep
Oh,
and
God.
tackling some dude when they hit a tree. And when
That
he's
was
in the,
no one. That was CGI. That was
Yeah, it
very.
was just
that
so
looked
bad.
like early 2000s rubbery CGI. It was very bad.
It looked
was
almost
pretty
as good
bad.
as Spider-Man swinging onto your set.
Yeah. So basically, like I said, he's a dad. He thinks his daughter. Well, the daughter thinks he owns like a gym, and he thinks that she like works in irrigation or something. And they bump into each other while he's on his last mission. Well, actually, it wasn't his last mission. It became his last mission. They're like, we got to pull you out of retirement. Even though literally at his retirement party, they pull him out of retirement. He didn't even get to finish his retirement party. They're like, you got to go get an operative. And then when he's down there, it turns out to be his daughter. The bad guy is Gabriel Luna, who was the Ghost Rider on that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show.
Yep.
But of course, we all know him better as the Terminator from Dark Fate, right? That's like,
oh, that's right. Classic.
you hear Gabriel Luna and you're like, oh, obviously the shit. What was the name of it? Was he a Rev 9? Were they called Rev 9s?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that is
Shit.
right, yeah.
I wanted to like get it purposely wrong, and then I realized I didn't remember what it was. I was like, sure.
You accidentally
take a
say
stab-
it correctly.
And I actually like that actor. I thought he was a pretty good Ghost Rider. Yeah, the action is whatever. The story's whatever. The writing is really bad, especially in the beginning when it's literally like, you know how they like write character profiles for like some scripts that aren't actually in the script. It's like, here's a character profile. It feels like the actors are just reading what their motivations and backstories are.
Yeah.
It's very ham-fisted. It was very, very bad. I also hate.
Tony, do you think that the writers were like half-assing it the last year because they're like, we're gonna be going on strike soon. I'm just gonna quickly whip this thing up.
Well, this is Netflix, so I think this is just their A-grade writing that Netflix is known for.
Their touchstone classic writing that they have.
This might be the
Honestly,
first.
what was that?
We'll find out that this is the first Chat GPT written show. On
Yeah.
Netflix.
I would not.
Oh, yeah.
The way they were
can see
talking
it.
in the beginning, it's almost as if someone wrote a program. It's like, have a scene for someone's birthday and also weave in their backstories and character relations, and like the AI doesn't know how to do it gracefully, and it's just very blunt and on the nose. That's actually a good. I actually would not be shocked. I hated his like tech team. Every hero needs a person in a
yeah.
chair now, and like a team of nerds.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, yeah, the nerd trope is out of control.
The
here.
main guy's the worst. However, there was one that I liked. Good old Travis Van Winkle right there.
Yep.
He was the douchey boyfriend from Friday the 13th, the remake, and I met him at a convention in 2009 when I was much younger and way thinner and had longer hair. So that's my main takeaway from that. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to watch a few more episodes and see how I feel. I'm not very impressed right away. It's supposed to be a comedy, but it's not very funny. It could be better. It could be better. I think we can all agree. Anything else you guys want to say about this one?
Yeah, it wasn't the worst thing on the list, but it certainly was not the best, Tony.
I think it was the worst thing on the list that I saw.
Okay.
But yeah, I
That
agree with
you
everything.
saw.
That you saw.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Pretty much agree with everything you guys said. I think the only thing this show gives you that's worthwhile is it's just kind of nostalgically fun to watch Arnold Schwarzenegger doing his thing.
I agree.
But pretty much none of the jokes outside of that landed for me.
Yeah.
There was, he makes Jim Jones look like Jim Henson.
Yeah, yep.
That's kind of the caliber
I like
of joke
that
you
one,
get. Snowmen aren't purple. It's like, good one.
Fun fact, guys. Fun fact. For some reason, StreamYards is just not linking up with the chat. So I have to pull up the actual stream now and read the chats. Yeah, still send in your super chats. We forgot to mention the name of the game, Joey.
The name of the game, baby, is Super Chats. If you want Tony or me or Gil or Adam to whisper sweet nothings into your ear, send a Super Chat and we'll read it within reason, folks. This is YouTube. We have guidelines.
Yeah, and I have the super chats up now. Sorry, I can't get them on screen. I don't know why. And I'm not going to fuck around and find out why, because I'll probably lose the whole goddamn stream. But yeah, we'll probably break in the middle to read some super chats. So get those super chats in.
Baby.
Now, as far as I know, only one person has seen this next film. I have not even seen it. But someone felt the need that someone told me that he wanted to talk about it. Adam, you want to talk about your stupid girl movie that you watched, you nerd?
I didn't know you were going to roll out the carpet for me already on this.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. I saw The Little Mermaid just mere hours ago before coming onto this beautiful event.
Yeah. I have one question off the bat. Why?
Because, I support everything Disney. I support their whole agenda and everything that they're doing. I think it's beautiful. Repurposing classics, modernizing them, and making them worse. I'm a big fan of that. My whole family said no to this. I have a wife and 2 kids. They opted out. So I went stag to the...
So wait.
Yeah.
So
I rolled in Han Solo to this thing. Just so sad. I pre-bought my ticket for the way back. I walk by all these families and their children, and every one of them looks at me like, "Is this guy gonna shoot the place up? Is he gonna, is he gonna fondle my children? What's going on?" Yeah, it was very depressing.
By the way, I'm just imagining a scenario right now where someone goes, where Adam's like, "Oh yeah, I saw Little Mermaid." They're like, "Oh, did you take your daughter?" And Adam just goes, "No. I saw it by myself." So how was it?
Actually, did you take the kids the second time? No.
So I hate all these Disney remakes. I think Jungle Book was okay.
Yeah.
But then I saw Beauty and the Beast, and it was shit. And I saw something else, and it was shit. And the last straw was Aladdin, which I saw alone just to live tweet and make fun of it. But after that, I was done. I didn't even see The Lion King, and that's my favorite Disney movie growing up. And I'm like, I couldn't be bothered.
Well, funny about that, Tony, is there's a scene in that new live action Lion King where they roll a literal ball of shit down a hill. And I mean, that's the perfect encapsulation of
that's
all of
what
these
the
movies.
Honestly, that's what not only the original was missing, but also Shakespeare's Hamlet, which is, I think both of those were missing that. But yeah, how does this one stack? Because I don't even like the original Little Mermaid, so how do you feel about this one?
Not good. I'm not keen on the original either, but it is only an hour and 24 minutes long, so it goes by easy breezy cover girl. This one is 2 full hours.
Why?
I don't know. Well, they added 3 new songs. 2 of them are atrocious. One of them is Aquafina's character Scuttle, who's now a strong female bird.
Thank God.
She raps in the song, of course. Getting back to her roots. Yeah. It's really bad. The movie itself, if I was to put myself in the eyes of, I guess, a parent that only sees 2 movies a year and they just want to get out of the house for a couple hours, the movie is tedious, but it's watchable. It covers all the gems from the classic. All the songs are there. None of them are better, I guess, outside of maybe Part of Your World, because Halle Bailey, is that how you say it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, she's really good vocally, and she kind of looks the part. Very, very pretty young actress. As far as her personality, it's really just hi, I'm a princess. I'm lovey and smiley. There's nothing to her. Ursula, Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny McCarthy. No, her cousin, Melissa McCarthy.
Her cousin, Melissa.
Adam, I get those two confused all the time.
It's like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're twins, basically.
Yeah.
She's fine. She's just doing the character from the movie, and she's doing okay at it. I don't know. They all have muddy visuals. It's very...
I don't understand the muddy visuals. Kids don't like that. Why do you guys keep doing this?
I don't know. I don't get it either. It's weird.
Okay.
They don't look like they're underwater either. They never look like they're underwater.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Now, this was a rumor. A friend told me that this might be a thing, but I think it was dispelled. I need to know for sure. Did they change "Kiss the Girl" to "Ask the Girl"?
They did change lyrics, definitely a few lyrics in that song. That song is by far worse than the original, and not because of the lyric changes. I didn't really give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Scuttle, again, voiced by America's sweetheart Aquafina.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure just got the role because she's named after a bottle of water, and there's water in this movie. So they're like, we got to have Aquafina, and it just makes sense.
Yeah.
You can hear her singing during this song, and it just kills it.
Yeah.
Just,
but
you gotta kiss the girls.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh.
So they do still say "kiss the girl" because I heard that they said "ask the girl," and I'm like, that's like I get
no. They say "kiss the girl." I
Okay.
think "ask" is maybe swapping out a portion of not the refrain, but in the lyrics somewhere. They change a couple things. They do change a couple other parts that I guess the anti-woke crowd is going to be like, "Oh, how dare you change that!" By that point, I was so checked out, I didn't care.
Yeah, like I said, I don't even care about the original Little Mermaid. I don't really like a lot of Disney's versions of like classic story. They don't even use the sad ending from the book, which was really annoying. Because like Ariel's supposed to like die and be miserable, and the prince is supposed to be like, you're okay, but I'm not into you. It's a really depressing ending. Yeah. But yeah, so there you go. Adam saw his girl movie, and we should all shame him. But if you want to know more, if there's two things Adam loves, it's Disney remakes and art house films.
Yes, I'm a huge fan of art house films. I appreciate all the Patreon support, having me watch some fucking artsy crap from 1954 in black and white.
Yeah, and Disney remakes. You have the best of both worlds.
I want to be part of your world, really. And Tony, not to shamelessly plug, but I will have a review for The Little Mermaid on my channel. Adam Does Movies.
Okay, and I will copyright strike that because you actually did that on my channel first. So your days are numbered, buddy. And by the way, Gil, you better not talk about any of these movies in your channel.
I will not tell anybody what any of these movies are really about.
Because I know your audience really wants to know about Willem Dafoe in Inside. A movie which I told you guys today. So I sat down last night to make like the thumbnail and get everything ready for the stream, and I looked at my list and I'm like, okay, I saw that, and I saw Inside. I went, what the fuck is Inside? I totally forgot this movie was on the list. When I looked at it, I'm like, I have no idea what this is. So then I Googled it, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I actually did want to watch this. So I watched this afternoon, right after Fubar. This movie was great. I really liked it. What do you think, Joey?
Yeah, I think it was the best one on the list. I explained it on my Patreon as it's like Castaway, but in a luxury high-end apartment. It was really fucking awesome.
Yeah. What did you think, Gil?
I liked it. I don't think I liked it as much as you guys, but it's definitely not what I expected at all. Like, I knew the basic premise, and I figured he's in a luxury apartment, so how is this going to be more than just a couple of hours? I figured it was going to be like a real-time thriller. Can he get out in time? I was kind of pleasantly surprised when I realized we're actually going to be spending a lot of time here. And like you said, it is kind of like Castaway in a penthouse apartment, which at first was a little bit of a hurdle to get over because there's a little bit of a suspension of disbelief there, where it almost starts off as it's kind of a funny idea. It's sort of ridiculous. And I think I could have used a little bit of help at first getting over that hurdle. Like, the lame version of it would be, this guy's got top of the line security. It's nothing like anything we've seen before, but something to make me understand how he can't find any way out of this apartment. But once I got past that, I mean, Willem Dafoe is great to watch, and just watch him for almost 2 hours. The production design is awesome, just exploring this whole setting, and there's something satisfying about watching him just tear apart every piece of this apartment trying to find a way out.
It's actually pretty timely. Adam, did you see this one? You didn't see this one.
I don't see movies where the actors don't have appropriate names. His name is Willem and not William, so I just turned off.
Okay.
Hey, question. I don't know anything about it. I don't even know where it is. It on Netflix or what?
It's on Peacock. It's on Peacock.
Is he inside of his head the whole time?
No. So basically,
called Inside.
So here it is. Like you said, he's trapped in an apartment. The reason he's there, he's like an art thief. So he breaks into like this really rich guy's high-end like penthouse apartment to steal a bunch of like really, really valuable pieces of art. But then he triggers an alarm and gets locked in. And by the way, the guy has moved to Kazakhstan. Like, he's not even living in that house anymore. And I was real confused. Who feeds the fish? I didn't see, like, an automatic feeder. But that's not important. So Willem Dafoe is stuck in, and, like, the security system, which is also linked to the heat and the air conditioning, is just broken. He breaks it while trying to break out. So he's stuck in this apartment. It's super airtight and, like, reinforced because of all the valuables that's inside it. And it's in a really, really nice, like, rich apartment building. So no one's going in to look at him. It's whatchamacallit? It's soundproof and everything, and he has limited resources because the guy moved out. So there's not a lot of food in there. So he's got to look for a way out of this like concrete penthouse. And also he like starts going insane because, you know, he's running out of food and running out of water, and he's going a little delirious. So he does hallucinate and whatnot. But yeah, it's really tense. And Willem Dafoe, like you said, it's just an hour and a half of him just going crazy. Literally, I don't even know where the hell he got this hat, but he goes crazy and he's looking for ways out.
That's actually a famous painting right there.
Okay,
and there's a lot of like artistry subtext in this movie.
Yeah,
like your creativity, like killing you, and like being controlled by perfection and shit. So they're recreating a famous painting right there.
Yeah, I was captivated for all of it, really. I was really, really into it. It was a good, like, I like movies like Castaway, or what was the one that came out last year, like Fall, where people are trapped in a situation.
Yeah, a little bottle episode. I like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of interesting that it's in a penthouse apartment, because you think, like, oh, this will be easy to get out of. It's like, no, because the insane rich guy who had this apartment made it so it's not easy to get out of. And the whole time, the heat is either going all the way up or going all the way down. He has to resort to eating, like, the fish in the fish tank because he just runs out of food. But my favorite thing in the movie is that if you leave the refrigerator door open too long, you know how, Adam, do you have one of those refrigerators that beeps if the door's open?
Oh, my God, yes.
Okay. Well, in this movie, it plays the Macarena. So if you don't close it, it'll just start playing the Macarena.
I like that.
And it's actually funny.
Our fridge would all get ruined if we had Macarena playing. Don't shut that fridge.
I was on my friend's live show, Joy Pesci, and he has a soundboard now. And one of his sounds that you could play is the Macarena, but just the first note, the bah. And it drives people in. I didn't realize it was it didn't drive me insane, but apparently his chat, like, because they expect to hear the rest of the song and just hear the one note irritates them. So, of course, I was an asshole. I was just, like, hitting it the whole time during the live stream. But it's funny to watch this now because I think, Joey, you know, I'm obsessed with that current online reality show, Fish Tank.
Yep.
I actually became a meme for Fish Tank, a very mean-spirited meme, where a lot of on 4chan want me to die. But anyway, that's like people who aren't allowed to leave a house, and they just invite more insane people into the house. And like, you tune in now, you look at what it looked like the first day, and you look at the house now, it's just destroyed. And that's how I felt with this. It's like a super nice apartment, and by the end, it's just, literally a mountain of shit is in the apartment.
Literally a mountain of shit. They show his shit
because I don't think the water. Because I think the water is turned off. Because again, the guy moved out. But yeah, it's really good. It's got kind of an ambiguous ending, which I think pisses off some people. But I was fine with it. Highly recommend Inside.
I agree.
Okay.
I kind of recommend it.
You kind of recommend it. Let me see here.
Is it as good as Buried? Do you remember Buried with Ryan Reynolds?
Yes, I haven't. I can't remember a lot of it. Okay, let's take a break real quick to look at some super chats. Get your super chats in, everyone. Let me pull up the chat here.
You want me to pull up Macarena while we wait?
Yeah, so get your super chats. Sorry I can't get them on stream. I don't know why it's saying it doesn't support private videos, but this is clearly not private. People are watching. So Psycho Jet Black for $2. Are you still friends with Justin Silverman and Ryan? Sure. David Bauer for $5.
Wow.
Tonu. I don't know who Tonu is. But he says Tonu loves mommy milkers. Happy belated Mother's Day, ladies. Joey is impervious to the fallout from the super chat.
Mommy milkers, baby. Every monthly wrap-up stream.
Wait. And then for $2 more, he corrected himself. I meant Tony, not Tonu.
Tonu is his Japanese cousin.
I like that he knew that I was going to make fun of him for misspelling it, so he made sure to pay to let people... He's going to make fun of me, I got to let them know! Thank you, David Power. You're one of my favorite super chatters. Where are we at here? Oh, good. AJ Wizzle. Which actually me and Joey listened to one of his voicemails recently.
Yeah.
Tony, your dedication to preventing people being woke is second only to that of... Oh, God damn it! Second to only that of Dr. Huxtable.
Wow.
What upcoming movies must Tony supporters boycott? You know, I think maybe AJ is confused. I don't know if he's watching other channels, and I don't know if he's watching me on mute while some Geeks and Gamers video is playing.
He's mixing you up with Tonu, I think.
Yeah, you know, I think Tonu. I think he's mixing him up with that. I don't know. Are there any movies coming out that people should boycott? I'll let you know if I think of any. But that was for 9.99 Looney Tunes dollars.
Come on.
Next, we have The Flail, multi-instrumental a cappella version of the new Little Mermaid rap Plox.
You know, if I had watched the movie, I would have provided that for you, but I did not watch that movie.
Wait, is he saying he wants us to do that?
Yeah, remember the Flail wanted us to sing Around last time.
Flail, we're not doing song requests, sorry. And also I haven't heard the new Little Mermaid rap, and I probably never will. But thank you for the $5. And
thank you, Flail.
We have Ryan Powell. I haven't seen anything new this month, so I'll just drop a super chat here. I'd love to see more Patreon content and streams like, you know. Thank you so much. Yeah, I actually did a Patreon stream a week or two ago. Me and Joe Lascola found a box of movie posters from a movie store from the mid-90s, and we just opened them blindly. We found some gems. Ryan also says for $5, all hail Space Cat. Is she back here? No, Space Cat has been interrupting shoots. It's been annoying. Oh, God. Did I disappear? Am I back?
No, you're here.
You're there.
You're here.
Is my microphone still okay?
Yep.
Okay. Adam for $1.99 says, hack the movies plus one take equals smiling, drooling face.
No, Tony, that's the horny face.
That's the horny face?
That's a vomit face, I think.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Please, for $100, leave another super chat describing that face. Okay.
Shameless.
And that is not the same Adam that I co-hosted my Better Call Saul podcast with.
Oh, it's a different Adam?
Different Adam, totally.
Okay, cool.
And that Adam does not do movies.
He
just to clarify.
Next, we have Hypnotic, not to be confused with the Netflix movie Hypnotic. This is a different Hypnotic.
Yeah.
Wow.
Starring Ben Affleck and directed by Robert Rodriguez. One of my favorite action directors who's done nothing but disappoint me lately. I saw the trailer for this when I saw Renfield, and it was the only trailer I saw for the film. And I was like, you know what? I want to see that. Okay. So it's about Ben Affleck. He's got a missing daughter. He's a cop, and he gets introduced to this world of people who can hypnotize other people to carry out crimes and whatnot. And he's learning all about these hypnotic people, and he's got to reveal this mystery of why this main bad guy had a picture of his daughter, William Fichtner. There's different layers here. It takes some twists and turns. I don't want to spoil it too much. Joey C, what did you think?
I think it's very similar to the Halloween 3 plot, but
what? What?
Wasn't that the one where like they team up and they investigate the thing together or whatever?
Yeah, but I don't know. Halloween's plot was a little. I mean, if you want to know more about Halloween 3, yeah, if you want to know more about Halloween 3, Adam Does Movies did a great video on it.
That was the first time I felt intrigued by this movie, Joey, when you said that. But then, Tony, your reaction kind of just
I had
that.
a lot of time to think when I was watching this awful movie. And the mind-bending shit similar to Doctor Strange and Inception. I thought the ground-bending shit was cool. And the film looks good, and the action scenes were pretty well shot, but it was cool until it went to Wacky Town, basically. And
yeah.
It's pretty hard to tell that this is a Robert Rodriguez film.
It really is. Robert Rodriguez, I think I mentioned before, my old gym had a movie theater, and I watched the last 20 minutes of Alita Battle Angel, and I went, oh, that sucked. Maybe if I watched from the beginning, I would have been invested, but I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, this looks like shit. And as we all know, I do not like The Mandalorian, and he directed some episodes of that, and then he went and did that terrible Boba Fett show. So it's like, I just want you to be good again, Robert Rodriguez. Can you please, I want to enjoy your work again. And actually,
Spy Kids 3D.
Yeah, he did all the Spy Kids.
Of course.
Boy and Lava Girl. Is this the director you're talking about being great again? Okay.
Look, he did those movies for his kids, but now the problem is his kids are older now, and he's making all these movies with his entire family. He's lost. I thought the story was interesting. I was into the concept. I like the twists and turns personally. When it comes to the action, he's just not hitting the action the way he used to. I feel like this movie could have been, like you said, you liked the whole Inception, Doctor Strange stuff. I think it could have went a little further with that. Like the motorcycle chase, I wasn't really into, and he's made some pretty good chase scenes. It was mostly the action that was a very big disappointment for me. I did what did you think of the weird Desperado call out?
That was pretty cool. I thought that was cool.
So they're doing a stakeout, and they're listening to two guards, and they start to tell the piss joke from Desperado. And, the guys in the van are like, I want to hear the rest of this joke. And Ben Affleck's like, no, we got to pay attention to the mission. And then he pees on the bartender. It's a really funny joke. I was not expecting a callback to that.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck, he could have been a little bit more enthused to be in this. What do you think?
I think you're right. I think you're right. It just didn't have any heart and soul, I feel like.
Yeah, it was, by the way, this was like a lockdown COVID movie. They shot this in, I believe, 2021. This was finished by 2021, the summer. I think it was supposed to come out in October, but the one studio that was involved with it that had distribution closed. So I think that stalled it for a bit. But yeah, here we got a fun little thing here. Released alongside Book Club, the next chapter. Does anyone know what the hell that is?
Oh yeah, that looks great. Yeah. That's with the four ladies that are 80 having mimosas and just getting up to shenanigans.
Adam is a fan. Apparently.
Another Halloween 3 ripoff.
3 more days till next book club.
So the film made $940,000 from 2,118 theaters in its first day. It went on to debut to 2.4 million, finishing 6th. It was the worst opening weekend of both Rodriguez and Affleck's careers, and it was blamed in part on the very little marketing done by the studio. Did you guys see any advertisements for this movie?
Nope. I only even heard of it because you sent me a list of movies to watch.
I saw one trailer, and that was when I saw Renfield, which bombed theatrically. So I guess they were like, all those people see in Renfield, they'll see our trailer, and then no one went to see Renfield. I saw it. I'm into the whole hypnosis stuff. There's a really good X-Files episode. I think Adam is familiar with it. The Jose Chung's from Outer Space, my favorite X-Files episode,
Great
actually.
Episode, yes, great episode.
Yeah, so I was into it. But yeah, the story was good. I think the story was there. The action really slacked. You could tell it was a COVID movie. And Ben Affleck just felt like he was tired. I'm actually shocked this bombed, Adam. Why didn't the Snyder fans go to support this movie? Don't they want more Batman with Ben Affleck movies? Shouldn't they be seeing all the movies he's in?
It's a mystery, to be honest. Did they go to Air? Did Air do well?
I think Air did do well.
That was a great movie, by the way. That was one of the better movies I've seen this year.
I think, by the way, Jennifer Lopez, the only other thing I saw about this film is that someone posted the Hypnotic poster and then the poster for Mother starring Jennifer Lopez, because they came out like the same week and they both got like awful reviews. That's the only other thing I saw about this movie. But I'd say check it out when it's on video. Check it out when it's on video. It's interesting when it's streaming. Did you know there was a mid-credit sequence, Joey?
Nope, I got up right when I saw that black screen.
Same, because not together, but we both saw the movie late because we went, shit, we haven't seen Hypnotic yet.
Yep.
But apparently there's a mid-credit scene that tries to sequel bait. You don't need to watch that
Matt
mid-credit
Damon
scene.
comes out of the shadows to install him into the Avengers Initiative, the Hypnosis Initiative.
There actually is a hypnosis division.
No.
Yep. But yeah, I'd say check it out. It's got like weird little cameos. Like I think Jack Earl Haley's in it for like a second. So yeah, it is what it is. I just want Robert Rodriguez to make like another really good action film. Like because he's such a big part of like my like teenage years. We're watching like his mariachi trilogy and From Dusk Till Dawn and just loving the way he filmed his action stuff. And now it's just kind of become like really bland.
Did he do Sin City?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, that's probably the last good movie he did, right?
I like Grindhouse, like Planet Terror. I like that. I think that was afterwards.
You unironically like Grindhouse?
Yeah, I like Grindhouse.
Oh, okay.
I love Grindhouse. That was
no Little Mermaid. I'll tell you that.
By the way, this film, I'm like, what is this? The way Ben Affleck was acting and like the goofy concept and whatnot. I'm like, what is this reminding me of? I'm like, it reminds me of the Ben Affleck film Paycheck. Remember Paycheck?
Wow.
Where they would get you to do like,
Yep.
yeah, they would get you to do like the John Woo movie. They get you to do like crimes or whatever, but then they'd like erase your memory afterwards, so you couldn't recall any of the details. That's what this reminded me of, especially toward the end. Should I watch Paycheck again? I think I have it on VHS. Where are we at now? Okay, next up. I think this is another one only me and Joey saw, or Gil, did you see this? From Black. Adam, what did you think of From Black?
Is that a live-action Disney remake?
No, and it's not.
I didn't see it.
It's not quite an art house film either.
Never even heard of it.
It's a Shudder original. I have the
like behind-the-scenes documentary on who's the black singer? Rebecca Black.
Okay.
That's not where I thought you were going.
Who is the black singer? My mind is going right to Tina Turner, who died. You're like, oh yeah, Rebecca Black.
I was trying to put it together as I was saying it. Like, shit, I don't know this crappy pop actress's name. Why did I go down this road?
It's not even like a relevant singer. It's the girl who did the Fridays.
Why is this swerving into racism somehow?
No, so From Black, it stars Anna Camp, who I really like, but she's constantly in stuff that I don't want to watch. I think the last thing I saw her in was Pitch Perfect 1.
Yep.
But she was great in True Blood. She's a pretty good actress. I had a crush on her for years. So it's a very happy-go-lucky film. It starts off with her and her boyfriend strung out on heroin. And then her sister, who's a cop, shows up and is like, do you know where your kid is right now? And she's like, no. And it turns out her kid was kidnapped and never found. So right away, it starts off on a cheerful note, I guess. But then years later, she's clean. She's in a group dealing with her grief and whatnot. One of the guys in the group basically tells her, like, I know how to bring your kid back. There's this ritual that you can do. And she doesn't believe it at first. But there's like multi-stages to this ritual. And she starts to go through it. And yeah, it turns out she can get her kid back. But she has to make this scary fucking demon happy who looks like something from a Hellboy movie. And this guy's an asshole. And basically you have to like, you could get your kid back but one of the things you have to do is like, you have to relive like their death, and she wasn't present for it. So part of it is she has to watch the entire day her kid got like kidnapped and brought to some guy's house and murdered and whatnot. And she has to pass this on to someone else so she can get her kid back. And, it's an interesting, it does look like the
Labyrinth.
Yeah, it looks like the Pan's Labyrinth guy, or like that angel thing from Hellboy 2.
Oh, yeah. Which, I mean, they're both Del Toro, so...
Yeah. So she's, like, conflicted. Does she want to, like, pass this on for a kid? But she's not even sure if she actually will get the kid. She hasn't seen evidence of it working. So she's conflicted about that. Joey, what did you think?
You're probably thinking, wow, this film sounds interesting. It could have been. I think Anna Camp did a great job, like conveying emotions. Yeah. Like when she delivers that monologue in the support group, I think it was really well delivered. But I don't think the flashback style was like the most effective way to tell the story, because like it starts at the crime scene and then she gets taken in and then she has to like go backwards and explain the story from there. And it kind of like sucks the anticipation or suspense out of it, because you already know where it's going to end. It has worked in the past, but if you remember the classic movie Blair Witch 2 Book of Shadows, they did the same exact thing. And it just kind of reminded me of that. It could have been a good, a better movie, but
you almost said gooder.
I almost
said gooder. We all should acknowledge that Joey tried to say gooder and he tried to backtrack it. This is a live episode, baby. We're gonna cut. We're gonna cut it. There's no cutting around that. Everyone, make fun of Joey in the chat right now.
Grammar teacher, you're fired. Kitty, I didn't mean to scare you. I've said my piece.
Okay. I enjoyed it for the most part, but like the flashbacks being mostly done in slow motion just felt more like padding than it did it being artsy. Anna Camp does do a good performance, but no one else in the movie really had a strong like performance. I did love her junkie ex-boyfriend, how he just yells at everyone and says the meanest thing he could think of to everyone. That was kind of funny. The demon didn't do it for me though. I didn't like his voice. I think he was a little too chatty. And my biggest issue is with the ending. So the movie, again, there's a lot of slow motion. So the movie, at one point, I'm like, okay, well, that was the end of the second act. Now she needs to figure out how to either stop the demon or if she's going to pass this on. And I'm like, right now in this prison cell, she'll think of a plan. And then the movie just ends. And I was like, oh, what I've been watching is the third act. I'm like, that sucked. It didn't feel like the movie was over yet. It felt like we were entering another chapter in the story, and then it just stopped.
Yep.
So that really made it lose points for me. Look, all I could say is if you like Anna Camp, you see a lot of Anna Camp cleavage. Highly recommend that. But other than that, I would probably skip this movie. There's some good cinematography in it, but the demon's not that scary. He's almost a little like, look at him. Nothing else in this movie kind of matches how over the top this demon is. He kind of not that a demon should fit in with your world, but it just feels like this is something from another movie that they just had access to or something. But yeah, it's a unique concept. I'd like to see it explored maybe in another movie and with a better script. But yeah, that is it for From Black. Next we have Love and Death. Did anyone watch Love and Death?
Fuck yeah.
Gil watched it. Adam,
every episode, including the season finale.
I actually saw it a year ago.
Yes, we will talk about that. I'm going to talk about that right now. So, Love and Death, and I actually looked this up, Adam. It's about the Candy Montgomery murders.
Yeah.
If that sounds familiar, it's because there was a Hulu show last year called Candy. But here's the thing, Adam. Love and Death was in development and I think started filming first.
Did you watch Candy?
I did not watch Candy.
Okay, so you don't actually know which one's gooder.
I don't. No, I'm not comparing. No.
Tony didn't even catch it. But I caught it, Adam does
I
movies.
got it.
You're
got
on
it.
my list.
I got it now. Candy, apparently, like, somehow this book, which we're going to get to in a second, was licensed to both. And they didn't know about each other. Like, I guess they found out because Candy went in production second and somehow came out first. I don't know what happened with Love and Death. Was Candy not that good? Did Candy seem rushed? That could probably explain it.
Candy was actually okay, but it was too many episodes. Whatever it was, I don't remember. I just remember thinking this could have been a movie, and it probably should have been an hour and a half movie, get in and get out, instead of a mini series of 4 episodes that were over an hour long.
Yeah, so apparently Jessica Biel had to call like Elizabeth Olsen, and they had to like make sure they didn't hate each other, and they were like fine with it.
This is like a vintage thing Hollywood used to do. Don't you remember when like Ants and Bugs Life and
a Deep Impact and Armageddon? We all remember.
Yeah.
Remember there was that year with 2 Snow White movies? That was weird.
That's right. Yeah, Snow White and the Huntsman and
However, this was also a movie in the 90s, guys, called A Killing in a Small Town, starring Barbara Hershey. Now, again, this is a real-life crime that happened, or, well, I guess it's not a crime or a murder, technically, according to the law. But these stories were told in a book called Evidence of Love by John Bloom and Jim Atkinson. And the only reason I watch Love and Death is because John Bloom was tweeting about how it was an adaptation of his work. Now, you might be listening to this going, who the fuck is John Bloom? Why does Tony know who this person is? It's because that is the real life name of famous horror host Joe Bob Briggs from Monster Vision and currently The Last Drive-In. Now, if Joe Bob Briggs sounds familiar, it's because he was in my Howling episode of this show. So I actually had a whole episode with the writer of this book that the show is based off of, and I didn't read the book. I have since bought it. I will give it a shot. But yeah. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, Gil said the season finale was today. I didn't get a chance to watch the season finale. I love the whole cast of characters. They're very quirky. How Elizabeth Olsen plays Candy is very wacky, but also a little charming. She's doing something I'm not used to seeing her doing. Jesse Plemons. What the fuck is up with Hollywood and Jesse Plemons? Why is this guy
he's the best. He's like the consistent go-to everyman. You put in all these like dramatic TV shows like Fargo and shit.
Yeah. So basically the story is Candy Montgomery had an affair with this guy. I believe his name was Alan. Alan Gore. His wife found out at one point, and then they found out that his wife was hacked to death 40-something times with an axe, and Candy was the one who did it. There was a trial. I mean, not like spoilers for the show. People just know this. She was technically found not guilty for self-defense because it definitely wasn't a premeditated murder or anything. I think that woman actually did come at Candy with an axe. Now, why Candy decided to keep stabbing her 40-something times, that will forever be a mystery. We'll never know because she doesn't like to talk about it, shockingly enough. But yeah, it's just a very fun show. The trial part, I'm deep into the trial part, and that part's really her lawyer, who is the guy from Iron Fist. He's so good. He's got this feud with the judge. Like, he's being held in contempt of court because he's yelling at the judge. It's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know, Joey and Gil, what did you think of this show?
Well, if you recall, Tony, after watching the first episode, I texted you and said that I fucking hated this. It was the most awkward, uncomfortable thing I think I've ever watched. And then I watched the second episode, and I'm hooked. I can't stop watching it.
Yeah.
But the first episode is very, very uncomfortable and awkward. And I was with a girl on my couch, a real life girl. on my couch.
I don't know why you had to stress real life girl.
Yeah, that's
Now, Joey, now that you've put more emphasis on this girl existing, it just makes us think she doesn't exist. You could have just stopped at a girl, and we would have been like, okay, Joey had a girl over. I'm sure Joey talks to his mom on occasion, and they might watch shows together. I believe it.
No, it was. So, Gil, what did you think of the movie?
Wait, Joey, do you have a picture of this girl? What school does she go to? Is she from out of town?
I left it in my other pants. You know what? It was a body pillow. I'm sorry. There's other people watching the stream. I thought I could impress them and get more friends, but it just didn't work out. Damn.
I think whenever Joey felt watching the first, whenever Joey felt watching the first episode of this show is what I'm feeling right now. I think awkward and uncomfortable.
What was your takeaway of Love and Death? What did you think of it overall?
I really liked it. I think actually awkward and uncomfortable, I think, are pretty good words for the first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
Because one thing I liked about it so much is it was kind of a breath of fresh air for me because I feel like everything we watch is all this high concept stuff, Marvel, or even the stuff I'm watching week to week right now, like Barry or Succession. It's just these characters that travel in worlds I do not travel in. So it was nice to watch ordinary people, especially Elizabeth Olsen, to go from like Scarlet Witch to just playing, I was going to say normal person, but I guess a little bit of a question mark on that. But to see these ordinary people who then have to deal with murder, or even before that, just watching the affair happen, it's clearly something they don't have any experience doing, and watching the two characters kind of fumble their way through it. At one point, Alan is making a list of reasons why he should have the affair. And like number 2 is companionship. Number 3 is just sex.
I'm a simple man, guys. How does Elizabeth Olsen look in this one?
Okay.
I'll watch
it. There is one flaw with this. Oh, by the way, Kristen Ritter is also in this. She has a small part in it.
Okay.
And also the girl playing the wife isn't too bad looking. They kind of dress her to look like an angry Karen lady from the late 70s. But she's kind of cute. Too. Here's the problem.
Big problem.
Big problem. And I literally texted Joey my complaints about this. So, okay, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a celebrity. He could probably get a lot of girls. But picture him in this world. He's able to land this babe, right? He's able to land Elizabeth Olsen.
You're talking about Fat Damon?
Yes. They have multiple sex scenes, and this is apparently a world where, and even her husband, every guy who has sex with Elizabeth Olsen in this universe, they just want to keep her top on. Okay. I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, I'm like, this is the most unrealistic thing. Unless I read that book and it says Candy never took her top off, I'd be like, there's no fucking way.
Yeah.
They're leaving that. And by the way, you might be like, oh, Elizabeth Olsen doesn't want to do nudity. No, she does nudity. Yeah. She has a shower later on when they're putting her in prison, jail. And it's like, wait a minute. None of this makes sense. I was very, very disappointed in it. But no, she looks great in it. You might remember Candy gave her that really curly hair. Not in that image, but a lot of the advertisement for Candy was like her with that perm. I think maybe Elizabeth Olsen has the perm like once. Which I guess is inaccurate because when you look up pictures of Candy Montgomery, she has that perm. So they were like, no, we're not making Elizabeth Olsen look like that. We need to look like the most beautiful woman ever to exist.
Who's the they you're talking about? Who are these strangers with candy that you're referring to?
The producers of the show. I'm pretending.
I just wanted to use that joke. Sorry.
Not as good as your gooder callback. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed the show more than I thought I would. I don't really care about true crime stuff too much. Honestly, whenever there's like a true crime movie or show or something, I just Google what really happened and I read it, and then I'm like, good, got it, and then I go on with my day. It's very rare I want to watch like a dramatization of this stuff, but no, this one was very, very well written, and just very well acted. Some of the best performances I've seen in a long time. And like I said, it's just quirky enough to keep it like a little bit light, even though it's about a very dark topic. But yeah, I'd say check it out, as Joe Bob Briggs says. Joe Bob Briggs,
is it a series or a movie or?
It's a series. It's on Max.
Yes.
Oh,
Guys, it's on Max.
how many
Yeah,
episodes?
you confused me, Tony. You were like HBO Max. I was like, what the hell is that?
I think it's 7 episodes, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It flies by though. I will tell you, it does fly by. Yeah, the whole Max thing. By the way, I don't pay for HBO Max. I steal Johanna's account. But now she forgot
the money you're saving there. You're converting to a blue check mark on Twitter.
Yes. Okay. That's very important. I need that blue check mark to be more important than everyone.
Right.
Okay, all those years, our Silicon Valley tech lords said that I wasn't important. Well, look who's got the blue check now.
Who's laughing now?
Who's laughing now? Yeah, the whole Max thing, like, all right, whatever, they changed the name or whatever, that's stupid. You have to download an entirely new app. I was like, what the fuck is this? What? Just change the branding and the name. Why did you make an entirely new app?
What's more crazy, Tony, did you have to log in once you downloaded it? Because it remembered all my shit.
No, on my TV, so I lost the password for Johanna's HBO Max account, and she can't remember what the password is. So I've lost Max on my desktop and my phone. No longer have it, but it's still on my TV. And thank God when it turned into Max, it just carried over automatically.
Yeah. I thought that was more bizarre, that you download a new app and it still somehow remembers like the caching. It's crazy.
Yes. But yeah, I would say check out that. It is very, very fun. Real quick, I want to circle back to From Black just for a second, Joey. That quote at the beginning of From Black, it said, "The dark is generous and it is patient and it always wins. But in the heart of its strength lies its weakness. One lone candle is enough to hold it back. Love is more than a candle. Love can ignite the stars." That was the quote at the beginning of the movie. Do you know where that quote's from?
No.
The Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith novelization.
What the fuck?
I guess the guy who made that movie read the novelization for Revenge of the Sith and liked that line and started his movie about a heroin addict whose son died and she summons a demon with a fucking Star Wars novelization quote. By the way, that is the only bit of trivia on IMDb. I'm like, wow,
have to watch that movie
fuck?
now just to see if there's other lines from Star Wars in there.
I don't think there are.
I've got the high ground now. Like, oh my God.
I love it. It's not even Star Wars Episode 3. It's the novelization for Star Wars Episode 3.
The novel Push, based by the hit.
Okay, everyone, get your super chats in. We're about to talk about the big one of the night. So make sure your super chats are in. Okay. Are you guys ready? They're back, baby. The Guardians of the Galaxy. They're back. Wow, what a film. What a film. I went to this film the other night by myself, as most of the movies I see these days are by myself.
Me too.
At the mall, you know, those center of all activity malls. So I went to the mall. I sat there. I'm like, I can't wait to see my good friends in Thunder. And then as I'm buying concessions, I go, shit, I didn't watch the stupid holiday special. So I frantically tweeted on Twitter. I'm like, guys, I didn't watch it. What happened? Someone tell me what happened. Apparently the only big takeaway from that is that they bought the big head in space and Mantis was Peter's sister.
Yeah, and the dog's just there. They don't even really introduce the dog, I don't think, either.
Well, Cosmo was in... I got a whole rant about Cosmo. Cosmo was in the first Guardians of the Galaxy for like a second.
Really?
So it's just always been in that floating head. I assumed Mantis was Peter's sister because they made a point to say that Ego went around banging people from a bunch of planets. And I guess he just kept her around because of her mind powers. Is there any bigger reason why she's his sister? Do they go into any
Character
detail?
development, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, so there's really nothing special. She's just another one of Ego's kids. But did she not know that, or
She apparently kept it from Peter because she was like, she doesn't want it so that every time he looks at her, it reminds him of his dad. But I guess it would anyway because that's how he met her. But it was very heartwarming.
Yeah, wait, that makes no sense. Literally, he met her. That's the dumbest thing in the world.
Yeah, it made sense in my head as I was saying it. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay. By the way, he had to kill his space dad, but then he had to deal with Thanos and his girlfriend dying. I think he's kind of over the space dad thing. So I got filled in on what happened. Now, if I had to explain the plot of Guardians of the Galaxy, I think I got it, guys. There is a person of color who's real excited about science and technology, and the Guardians find out about this, and they go, "Not on our watch." Did I get that right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. God,
that is the plot. This is like a really cool guy. He wants to experiment, really explore science and whatnot, help make the universe a better place. And the Guardians, racist as I call them, say, "Nope, not as far as we're concerned." I don't know. Could someone else explain the movie better? Did I do it? Adam, could you explain this movie?
I think you're right on. I'm gonna kill this whole podcast with. Here's the lay of the land. Peter Quill is in grieving because of the aforementioned death of his dad and of his girlfriend, who's now back in a complete psycho bitch because she's reverted to her old ways, where she's going around on a killing spree. Thanos is her daddy. She loves him, and she's trash. He's in grieving. Rocket's also kind of, he's got a lot of baggage from the past. Yeah. So really, this movie's presenting these characters in a very somber new light. The past two movies were very fun, kind of upbeat, colorful. And I think people are going to, I love this movie first off. I just want to say that. But I think there's a good chunk of people that might not like this one as much because it is very kind of sad. There's a depressing feeling throughout the entire film. And the plot, Tony, the real plot here is that Adam Warlock, everybody that's of great power and substance.
I'm sorry. We all know. As soon as you said Adam Warlock, I'm like, oh, right, he was in the movie. Yeah, so, he had a lot of staying. But he's one of my complaints we'll get to later, but keep going.
He crashes in. He was teased at the end of Guardians Volume 2. He's here, kind of. He crashes in and to the Guardians headquarters, which is in a floating, hollowed out skull of a Titan, I believe. Is that correct?
Or a Celestial or something.
Celestial, some shit, some giant thing. He beats the living hell out of Rocket to borderline death. It turns out Rocket has something inside of him, which is I can't think of the term that you use to kind of go
kill
from
switch?
one place to another. Yeah, a kill switch is fine. I was thinking of MacGuffin or something. Where you but they have to travel basically to different places to save Rocket's life. That is the entire plot of this movie, is just the Guardians saving one of their buddies. Yeah. This guy that has a face thing going on, a Nicolas Cage face-off situation. he's there and he's an asshole, but that's really secondary. The reason he ties in is because he's the one that did all the terrible things to Rocket in the past.
Okay, so you're right. Rocket's origin is like a big part of this movie because apparently people wanted to know that. I didn't care.
Well, it's like Logan and X-Men too. You got to go back into the origin stuff.
No, that one's
again.
No, Logan and X-Men 2, that's interesting because Logan doesn't know his origin. Rocket did, and he didn't want to talk about it. I'm like, all right, no, I'm cool with that.
He kind of knew it, though, in X-Men 1, if I recall. He's having those fever dreams. You're seeing the experimenting going on. I think it's the same thing.
People are really, crying, and they're all sad at this movie because of all the animal stuff and all the sad stuff with Rocket Raccoon. Guys, I didn't cry once, not because I'm a man, but when I was a young kid, I saw something. And I got over the death of raccoons in movies early because I had to live through the trauma that was the beginning of Ace Ventura 2, When Nature Calls, when that raccoon falls off the mountain and dies. And I remember this is back when I did cry as a kid. I did cry in the theater at the beginning of Ace Ventura 2.
What a great movie.
It was just so sad. I was young. I was really young, and it was sad. So having lived that trauma, I was prepared for all the torture we would see in this film. And I'm like, also, I live.
Saw a rhino give birth to a man out of his asshole. I mean,
true.
that's gonna.
Also, it's funny people being like, "I hope the raccoon's okay." Like where I live in Bucks County, we have raccoons here. I probably see 10 dead raccoons like every other week, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Probably not an anthropomorphic one though that can talk.
It's not as far as I know. They're usually in like a million pieces because a truck ran them over. So, but I mean, who's to say? Maybe some of them could talk. But yeah, there's a lot of like sad animal stuff. Like Rocket's origin is like he's friends with all these like cyborg animals. The bunny was the most disturbing one, I think. He had a girlfriend that was like an otter, right? Wasn't that an otter?
Well, he was a friend. She was a friend that was a girl. I don't know if they were like going steady or anything.
They were just in a cage together.
Yeah.
No, that was his real life girlfriend who exists. That's how he tells people. He's like, I had a real girlfriend that exists, just like Joey C's real girl that he watched Love and Death with.
She's an otter with robot arms. She's real.
She
I
was
liked how
real.
they made them super Disney though. I thought that was hilarious because you knew. Oh wait, are we doing spoilers on this or not?
We can do like some light spoilers, I guess.
You knew
Just so
bad stuff was gonna happen to these characters, so I was just like, oh man, James Gunn's going all in with like the over the top. Hi friends, how you doing?
Yep.
Like, that dude's gonna get wasted later.
Yeah. No, like I did enjoy the movie. I enjoyed it more than 2. I don't know. Is that a hot take? What did you
No,
guys think?
I completely
think so.
agree. I think it's way better than 2. I also do agree that it's incredibly sad. I hate to be the woke boy. I did cry a lot
Soy
in
boy
this
is
movie.
what we call you.
Yeah, that's a soy
boy.
boy. That's a soy boy.
Soy boy.
I cried quite a bit.
So have you not seen the beginning of Ace Ventura 2 when nature calls?
Oh, I have. But this
when,
was...
when you were in the theater and saw that raccoon getting hurt, you're like, this is just like Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I
2
know.
Nature-
It brought up a lot of unresolved grief that I've never worked through.
Guys, I might watch Ace Ventura 2 when nature calls tonight.
Fucking love that movie.
I
Hey
might
Tony,
too.
with your Ace Ventura story, I was worried you were going in
Bumblebee
a different
too.
direction with that anecdote because you were like, all the animal torture and harm didn't bother me in this movie because when I was a young kid, I thought we were going into like serial killer territory.
I used to kill raccoons all the time.
It's funny.
I set up little kill rooms and just had a day with them.
I wanted to see what their insides were like so I can learn how bodies work.
My God.
It was for science. I did have to dissect a cat once. You guys ever have
That's
to
disgusting. Nope, I would have freaked out.
do that? Yeah,
I had
that
to do a
was-
frog. That was it.
Cool. Why were you dissecting a cat?
Actually, no, it was for the Boy Scouts. I guess the Boy Scouts
Oh.
were more extreme about their dissections.
Holy crap.
And they just had cat cadavers, and we did like a whole thing cutting open a cat. I'm like, okay, this might have long-term effects on me. I don't know
Yeah.
what they are. But yeah, so again, it's mostly about Rocket, his origin. The Guardians are like an established thing now. They actually have their suits, which I thought was fun. They're actually like their original comic accurate suits. I enjoyed it. Like I said, now there is one big problem, guys. And Adam, this is going to be a problem going forward. So Cosmo was introduced in the first film. I think we all remember his cameo, right?
No. Wait. Are you talking about the credits scene where they're up on the planet?
In Guardians 1, when they first go to the collector's room, Cosmo is there growling at Rocket. And then at the end of the movie, he licks the collector's face, and that's when Howard the Duck is like, why do you let him lick you like that?
Okay.
And we didn't see Cosmo since. But then they brought Cosmo back, and guys, that's a different dog breed.
Big time.
That is a different dog breed. And James Gunn, he got the dog breed wrong. And Adam, I don't know if you know this. I know you're standing. Are you sure you don't want to sit down? I might blow your mind here.
Well, I might have a rebuttal, but I'll let you go.
Okay, well, they referred to the dog as a he in the first movie. In the comics, Cosmo is a he, and they made it woke by turning it into a female dog.
Okay.
Do you want to sit down? That was a lot to take. I couldn't believe it when it had a lady voice. I screamed. I said, "Not my Cosmo! Not my Cosmo!"
How do we know that they're the same dogs? Even there could have been more than one astronaut dog.
Actually, I actually did tweet like an asshole about that online, and someone went, "Yeah, the Russians sent a lot of dogs to space." I'm like, "Oh, that is kind of sad. There might be, I mean, a lot of them came back fried, but yeah, there might be just random dogs." in
Tony,
space.
Guardians of the Galaxy 4 is going to cover exactly this. How Cosmo lost her best friend.
They're all named Cosmo.
All named Cosmo.
But, I mean, if it is a mistake, then that means James Gunn does not care about his own established lore and continuity.
Yep.
And
DC
this will
is in
only
trouble.
spell doom for the DCEU, which means we need Snyder back, right? We all
Bring
need
him
Snyder.
in.
Would
him in.
Snyder make a mistake like this? I think not. Gil, what do you think? Yes, thank you, Gil. Thank you for agreeing with me.
I'm on your side, Tony. This is absurd.
We need to get James Gunn out of DC. We need Snyder back. Yeah, that was actually a stupid complaint. It's just dull. I don't fucking care. I've never read a single Guardians of the Galaxy comic, so I don't really care about Cosmo or anything. I thought it was pretty fun. I like how they made it talk with the voice box. But that voice box isn't in the previous costume, so they screwed up the costume. My biggest complaint with this film, it is the Adam Warlock shit. Because Adam Warlock felt like a setup for Infinity War, because if you read the Infinity Gauntlet comic, he's kind of a big part of it. He's kind of a big part involved with all of that Thanos stuff. And James Gunn introduced it, and I guess the people who did the Avengers movies are like, we don't want to use Adam Warlock. So Adam Warlock and the whole Gold People, the Sovereign, they felt like this leftover thing that I guess he felt the need to like explore and bring back, and it just, for me, it did not jive with the rest of the movie. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I think that's you've explained that pretty well. I completely agree.
Yeah. What do you think,
Tony,
Gil?
to kind of piggyback off of what you said. I do think it's funny how some of these directors are just like, fuck what you just established in the previous movie. We're doing this. Kind of like how Thor lost his eye at the end of Ragnarok, and then Infinity War, they're like, oh, I got a whole box of eyes. Here you go.
Yeah.
There's a few of those things. A fat Thor is like instantly back in shape at the beginning of Thor: Love and Thunder. It's like, he hit the Bowflex. He's good.
Yeah.
Or how Peter Quill doomed half of the entire multiverse for punching Thanos in the face. And James Gunn was like, I might not have made that choice if that was my movie, but...
Yeah.
Don't worry, he calls it out in this movie.
Yeah,
He's like,
which
I might have killed the entire universe, but we brought him back.
On Adam Warlock, actually, I didn't hate him in this movie. I actually kind of enjoyed the character. The moments that they played for laughs, I thought were funny. He has somewhat of a character arc, but I do wish we saw more of it, because it's kind of an interesting idea. Yeah. He's like basically an undeveloped brain. He's like a baby in this body, so he doesn't really know or understand morals yet. There are moments where he'll do something awful and be like, what's this thing I'm feeling? I don't like this. Yeah. So I think he might have worked in the movie if there was room for him. But I agree with you. He does feel a little bit like there's maybe too much going on to focus on him.
Because then they say that the whole sovereign civilization was made by the High Evolutionary, and that didn't really jive with me either. I'm like, I don't think these people... This feels like this is very tacked on here. It feels like a holdover. Like he felt obligated to finish the Adam Warlock story, I guess. I don't know why. You could have probably just given him his own movie or just forgot about him. Who gave a fuck? I mean, I'm sure there's huge Adam Warlock fans out there, but in this universe, I don't think you really needed him. But yeah, he's the one thing that really just didn't work for me. Also, like, not to spoil it too much, but the trailers and everything made it seem like this ending was going to be way sadder than it actually was. Right?
There are moments that were in the trailer that seemed like very emotional moments. So you remember them from the trailer. Yeah. And I kind of hate that when you're watching the movie. You're like, oh, this is that moment. And you kind of go in with certain expectations. Yeah. And it does, at least for me personally, takes me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, I'm fine with the happy ending. It's just, that's not the movie's fault. Whoever cuts trailers isn't involved. But yeah, a lot of the marketing made it seem like this is the end for them all. And then people were like, I'm going to cry in this movie. And, well, I mean, Joey C. did. But yeah, I was just like, and then I watched the movie and I'm like, I don't know, it wasn't that sad. I guess the animal shit. I was
getting some of the Seinfeld finale vibes where they're like, is this it? Is this how we're going to die? When Snorla's like up in the air.
Yeah.
Like, but I got to give Gunn props, though, for really throwing a lot of emotion into the movie without having to do the cheap just kill for the sake of drama. I thought it was actually pretty bold to not kill someone off because everybody was expecting it. And I don't think it really is a happy ending. It's a pretty bittersweet ending. You know, the Guardians kind of are all over the place. They're not exactly full of closure in this movie. It's I'd say the last thing is Chris Pratt was freaking great in this, who typically has been, I feel like, phoning it in lately. He was awesome in this movie.
Yeah, no, I really liked him in this. This character for him is really good. I'm actually kind of happy because everyone wanted him to be Indiana Jones or whatnot, but I'm like, no, he's now his own. I mean, it's a character from a comic, but as far as live action goes, he got to be this character and make it his own, and that's going to be his like iconic role forever. Right. Not so much the guy from the Jurassic World movies.
Owen.
Yeah,
the hand guy from Jurassic World.
I love when they were like filming Jurassic World, like Guardians hadn't come out yet, so they made him like this stoic action guy because I guess they kind of wanted to change up his comedic image, but then Guardians like did really well. So people saw Jurassic World and they're just like, he's not as fun as he was, and then they try to add more humor to him in the next two. But it never
came out before Jurassic World.
It did, but while they were filming, it wasn't out.
I see.
So I feel like if it came out even earlier, they would have been like, we have to rethink this whole character. We got to make him interesting. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I will say, I think I texted Sean from Movie Dumpster, and I went, I can't believe it. A post-Endgame Marvel thing that's not Spider-Man No Way Home that I enjoyed beginning to end. I can't name anything like...
You didn't like Doctor Strange 2?
I did, except for the whole Illuminati stuff, which was just a Disney Plus commercial. Yeah. That whole section was a Disney Plus commercial, and it took me right out of it. Yeah, but like what? Thor 4? That sucked. Eternals sucked.
Wait, you didn't like Quantumania?
No, I did not like Quantumania.
So bad.
I did not like Quantumania.
Shang-Chi was fine.
No, that was the worst. Yeah. I honestly think that is the worst Marvel movie, and I'm real shocked when people are like, it's actually my favorite. I'm like, what? What did I die? Did I end up in another universe where everyone's stupid? Yeah, some of their shows have been okay, but yeah, I kind of over the MCU, but it's nice to know that once in a while they can put out something that I enjoy. And I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this a lot. I'm excited to see where these characters go next.
I believe Star-Lord is going into the next Avengers series, right?
Ooh. Yeah, I feel like you need someone to replace some of those missing guys, because who the fuck are in the Avengers now?
Well, the Marvels girls. I assume you'll be at that day one, right? The Marvels.
Did you see they killed Miss Marvel in the comics? I
Miss
guess
Marvel, Kamala Khan.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess like making her the focal point of that terrible video game didn't work. And then no one liked her TV show. That didn't work. So they have to like get people talking about this character before the movie comes out. So they killed her in the They did a death stunt, a death publicity stunt, which no one even cares about anymore because every character who's died has come back. And it's like, wow, you guys are resorting to this, but like, you guys could just let this one go. Be like, you know what? We tried this character. She's only like been around for 10 years. It's not working. Let's just give up. But they're like, nope, we got to do another publicity stunt. It's very bizarre. It does not make me excited for the rest of the MCU going forward. But yeah, I'd say check out Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I'm sure it's still in theaters. Everyone get your supers in. I'm going to sort them out here. Guys, thank you so much for doing another live episode with me. And by guys, I mean Joey and Gil. Adam, we're still beefing.
Yeah,
we are
anytime,
still
baby.
Beefing, okay?
I'm here, but it's only for self-promotion, Tony. Let's get that right.
Riding my coattails. Okay, get your super chats in. Let's talk to some of our patrons and see what they thought of stuff. Hello, Logan from Video Villa Podcast. How are you?
Hey, how you doing? Hey, guys.
What movies or shows did you watch on the list? And let us know what you thought about them briefly.
I just saw Guardians, really.
Okay, what'd you think of Guardians?
I loved it. I thought it was a good beginning and ending to a trilogy. I was very fond of it. All the Guardians, the first one when it came out, I remember I got seeing it by myself, and I was into it because I was a Parks and Rec fan. So I was like, okay, cool, Andy's in it. So
Yeah.
And I was blown away how good it was. I was so shocked. And then the second one came out. I liked it. I mean, I think Kurt Russell did awesome, and I liked the dynamic at the end and stuff like that. But for some reason, it just wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, the second one had a lot of those moments where it was like something serious and then undercut with a joke.
Yeah.
And they did it way too much. They do it again in this one. I think there was a couple moments where it didn't need it, but it wasn't as annoying as when they did it in the second one.
Yeah.
But yeah. How's the Video Villa podcast going?
Oh, it's doing good. I mean,
I love that people are putting their show names in their names to get it out there. Gil, that's where you screwed up. You had to put your name in last time.
My brothers are all texting me right now. They're like, you should add one take to your name. Like, if he does it now, Tony will make fun of him. Maybe he should do it anyway.
Gil doesn't need to, Tony. He's bigger than both of us.
That's true.
Bigger than all of us.
Yeah.
No, but we're still pretty small. I mean, like we just hit our first 1,000 views on YouTube, so that's pretty cool.
Nice.
So,
that's a big moment. Moment.
Congrats.
But I will say though, I tell you, on the third Guardians though,
Yeah.
I haven't cried that much since my son was born. I'm telling you right now.
I agree.
Y'all, I was funeral home crying. I was just like, oh my god. I mean, I don't know what it is. The scene where you think Rocket's gonna die and he doesn't.
Yep.
But I was completely okay with that. I was like, oh yeah, you kill him.
Well,
That's fine.
Well, you really should have rewatched Ace Ventura 2 when Nature Calls right before this movie to prepare yourself.
that is true. That is true.
That movie makes men out of boys. Okay, you become a man when you watch the beginning of Ace Ventura.
I think that's probably when I came man. Yeah. Yeah, that was like, I think it was 6 years old maybe.
Yeah.
In the front of the big 32-inch on the floor in my house.
I'm real disappointed that you didn't watch the movie Inside or Hypnotic. I would have loved to have talked to you about that.
No, actually, Inside, actually, when I saw the trailer for that, like, I actually wanted to see that. But I once I saw the trailer, I completely forgot that movie came out.
So did I. Did I, and I put it on the list.
Because, I mean, I like Willem Dafoe because I just watched Togo. Have y'all seen that yet?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's like the real story about, like, the Balto story.
Oh, wasn't that a Disney Plus? It was a Disney Plus thing.
Really freaking good.
Adam, what the hell? Where's your Togo review?
I saw Tonyu. I didn't see Tonyu. Tonyu wasn't very good.
Adam, you got to get up to date on your 1950s art house and latest Disney Plus movies. You really are slacking.
God damn it. There's a new Disney Plus movie every day.
Yeah, you should be reviewing all.
There's not enough time.
Well, there's going to be less now. They're kicking them all off their platform. Anyway, thank you so much, Logan, for coming.
Thank you.
Thanks, Logan.
Next, we're going to have our boy, the one and Dennis. Hello, Dennis.
Dennis.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, what shows or movies did you watch on the list?
I only saw one movie, and it was Inside. I just watched it right before you guys
Holy
started.
shit, I was waiting for that to be a joke. What did you think of Inside?
It started out pretty nice, fast paced with nice alarms blaring in your face, all these crazy things, and then it got a little weird. But it's that kind of film. I didn't see the trailer or anything, so I went into this cold, and boy, he starts to really lose it, and it's great. Like the icebox scene, the way they filmed it with his face.
Oh, I love that. He's licking the corner of the icebox and everything.
While Macarena plays in the background.
Yeah. I think he was in there for a month, I think is what the general consensus is.
Yeah. Again, who was feeding the fish? I need to know who was feeding the fish.
Fridge was amazing. The pigeon was a great co-star.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Pigeon. Yeah.
Adam, Willem Dafoe's co-star is a pigeon. That was pretty good.
Is his name
The
Scuttle?
glass through it.
Otherwise, I don't care.
So yeah, I guess Dennis saw Inside. He doesn't have any opinions on Guardians of the Galaxy, I guess.
No, I didn't see that one yet because I didn't have time, and I wanted to see it in theaters, but I just have been working too much. So
Well, it's a complicated story. Just black guys rolling to stem and these guardians saying, no, not on our watch. Not on our watch.
Ace Ventura to prep myself to really.
And watch Ace Ventura 2 when nature calls to prep yourself. All right.
Also, if you like the pigeon
Thanks,
character
Dennis.
and Inside, I think you'll love Guardians 3. A lot more animals.
Yeah. So many cute, cuddly animals in it, Dennis. You're going to love it.
It's really the Halloween 3 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Well, there is like a dissolved face at the end, so kind of.
That's right.
All right, Dennis, we're going to let you go. One other thing before we get to our next guy. There was a huge problem with the script because the High Evolutionary, who was really good, I think we kind of glossed over. He's probably the best Guardians villain so far.
Yep.
Because Ronan was boring, and I liked Ego, but when he started turning into CGI bullshit, I stopped caring. But High Evolutionary, he looks at Nowhere, the big head, and he goes, "Kill that dead god." And then like a minute or two later, someone's like, "You're playing God." And he goes, "There are no gods." And it's like, well, you just said that was a god. And also, are you not aware of the gods from Thor
dead,
4?
You dumbass, didn't you listen? There's no gods. They're dead.
No.
God,
No,
Tony,
they are alive. We saw them in Thor 4. Zeus dances with the skirt. And I think the High Evolutionary should know that.
That's not canon. We don't talk about Thor 4.
Look. I think it was just more bad writing, and expect more of these continuity errors in Superman Legacy unless we stop it. Make sure you go to Warner Brothers and say, "Fire James Gunn." I love all the.
Do you think they just put like a Zack Snyder light up into the sky and Snyder's sitting in the dark? Like
I love how the
Michael
Snyder
Keaton?
fans are trying to start this war between the two of them, but
Stuck.
like Snyder and Gunn are friends, and James Gunn wrote Snyder's best movie, Dawn of the Dead. It's like, why are you trying to start a war? Look, sometimes friends go to war, like me and Adam. I'm gonna get you, you son of a bitch. But some people are just friends, like Joey C, official Joey C from official Joey C, as I see his name has suddenly changed to. Like we disagree on some stuff, but I'm not trying to end him. Okay, all right, let's bring on the bearded outlaw. Hello,
The bearded outlaw.
Is your mic on? You son of a bitch! Your mic is not working. Every single time. There's something wrong with your mic.
What's up, guys? This is the bearded outlaw here, coming at you live.
Yeah.
I still can't hear you.
It's the TV, it's the headset, it's the kids yelling.
Okay. We're just going to have you on screen looking like an asshole while I bring this other guy in whose mic probably does work. Matt, how are you?
Good. Does my mic work?
Your mic does work. Your mic does work. What movies or shows on the list did you watch? What did you think?
Only one I managed to catch was Guardians 3.
Okay.
It was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I loved Dave Bautista as Drax. He was hilarious.
Awesome.
And then Mantis had awesome chemistry.
Yeah.
And,
Did he Batista bomb somebody?
He might have. Yeah, Kraglin was pretty good too. He became more of a character in this one. By the way, the kid saying "Joob Joob," is that a reference to the Rick and Morty episode that was kind of making fun of Guardians of the Galaxy? Wasn't there a character called Joob Joob in that?
I have no idea. If so, that's hilarious.
I've only watched one season of Rick and Morty because a girlfriend I had at the time watched it. I think there was a guy named Joob Joob in their Guardians parody. And then in this movie,
there is.
oh, there is? Okay.
Well, I think that's the blue dude, right? The blue alien.
I don't know, but the kids all said Joob Joob in this movie, so I was like, okay, I guess that's a Rick and Morty reference.
Let me look it up for you, Tony.
I only watched that season of Rick and Morty because that was the first season where they had female writers, and I was like, it's about time. And I'm gonna get that trademark, that term, it's about time. And if anyone else says it,
it's noob.
Noob?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. Anyway, let's see here.
This is what I bring to the table.
Any last words on Guardians 3, Matt?
It's probably the only Marvel franchise I actually keep up with, and I love the King Crimson reference in it. I love that band, so that was cool to hear.
Matt, would you say Guardians 3 is the top trilogy for you?
For Marvel, yeah.
I'm just saying in general. I put it on a top 5 list.
No. It doesn't work as a trilogy because you have to watch 3 unrelated movies
No.
and a fucking Christmas special to get the full story. Okay? That doesn't count. You don't get to be a trilogy if you have your characters on side
Hey,
missions.
can I have a conversation with Matt, Tony? Without you interrupting?
Maybe if The Godfather had a Christmas special, the third one would have been better.
The Godfather Christmas special.
Very good.
All right, Matt. Make sure to tweet Fire James Gunn. We gotta save the DCU. Goodbye. Okay. Hello.
Hello?
My mic's
There we-
ass.
I'm sorry.
Whole time you're like, what movie or show did you watch?
Guardians.
What did you think of Guardians?
I liked it. I liked it. I had a lot of fun with it.
I want one person to just be like, it sucked. But okay.
No, I dug it.
So you like that movie with animal torture? You hate animals. Okay, keep going.
I'm not a big animal person. I'm not gonna lie. So
Oh my god.
He wanted the dog to die the whole time. Like,
He's like, when are they gonna kill those scary monsters? That walrus needs to
that
go.
walrus needs to die, man. It's the only time I cried because I was happy.
Anything else?
Joey-
Anything
Joey
else about
cried
Guardians?
tears of soy the whole time.
That's right.
No, you guys brought up
real-life
Batista.
girl.
I was gonna talk about Batista,
Yeah.
but you guys kind of mentioned, you guys gave him a little bit of love.
Mm-hmm. I like that Groot was like normal Groot in this
Yeah.
because I was over the kid Groot. I was done with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you think of Adam Warlock? Do you think he was kind of meh, like didn't need to be there?
Yeah, I completely forgot he was in the movie.
Thank you. Yes, he's very forgettable.
Very forgettable. Very forgettable. What else? I thought all the characters were good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all confused now because my mic. I lost what I was gonna say. I had it all planned out.
What did you think about how they handled the new Gamora from the alternate timeline?
I liked it. I liked how she was kind of towards the end starting to feel Peter and wanted to be with the Guardians. Like she looked like she wanted to stay with them a little bit.
Yeah, I like that they didn't do just the safe ending where it's like, I am in love with you. It's like, It's more like, you know what? If she interacts with him a little bit more, she might fall for him.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys brought it up when my mic was out, the first F-bomb in the MCU.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone was all upset about that.
I was pretty. I thought it would be in a funnier situation, but it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny. I just thought it would be like something crazier.
I don't know why people were like so like I know it hasn't been done in the MCU, but like fucking the X-Men movies were doing it for a while. Like it's not okay, whatever. It's one F-bomb. Who gives a shit?
I think,
It's a nice lead into the.
Huh? No,
Oh no,
Bearded,
go.
no, Bearded, you say you were mid sentence. What did you say?
No, I said the first F-bomb is doing a nice lead into Deadpool, which we're going to get probably more than one.
Yes,
time.
if they end up writing it because there is a strike going on.
There's a strike.
But yes, thank you for coming out, Bearded Outlaw. Always a pleasure having you, even though I hate your
man.
microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm going to work on it. I told you guys I'm working on a move. Once that all gets gone, I'm going to.
Who uses
Once
a
that
move?
all gets gone.
Who uses a move as an excuse for inferior? No, not kidding. I've been doing that the last few months. But yeah, okay. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right,
Go watch an AEW show. Goodbye.
Have a gooder day.
Have a gooder day. All
I was
right,
just hoping that after all the mic issues, you'd finally get on. You're like, so which movies did you see? I didn't actually see any of these.
Movies suck. I hate movies. All right, are your super chats in, everyone? Hopefully they're all going to the... Looks like they are, right? Yes. Okay, where did we leave off? David Bauer again. Joey, call Tony out on his mommy milkers love.
I don't even need to because we all know that Tony knows that he loves mommy milkers. Everybody knows that. As a matter of fact, Tony called me last night at 2 a.m. frantically speaking about his need for mommy milkers. And I talked him through it, and we got through it. Everything's okay.
After seeing Hypnotic in theaters,
yep,
and then coming home to watch From Black, I was like, wow, that was a lot I experienced. I got to tell Joey I like boobs. Okay, let me call Joey.
Yep.
Okay, we have here, that was David Bauer for $2. Ryan Powell for $2. Three Stooges eye poke. Nuck nuck. I guess that's a reference to my eye injury fear. Thank you, Ryan. Fior for $5 says, Johanna, best girl. Suck it, Tony. Send her money for this and for not being in this wrap up. Fuck you. Me and Johanna, we filmed 2 videos last night. We did a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull review. And then for our Castzilla channel, which we're trying to bring back, I ordered Godzilla-themed hot sauce. So we tried those out. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Cody Bishop for $4.99. Couldn't do the full $5, I guess. Oh, great. Are you aware of the YouTube channel Red Cow Arcade and their obsession with Kieran and Cinemask? Oh, God. Yes, I'm aware of Red Cow Arcade. They're fine. I don't care. Guys, I just don't care about any of that stuff anymore. I'm all hack the movies right now, okay? No, I don't care about YouTubers talking about a channel I haven't worked for since 2021. I don't think people realize that. Do people not realize that? Maybe I never made it clear. Bill for $5. It's about time Tony takes Crystal and Johanna out for dinner. No. Oh, but then for $2, he corrected himself. Sorry, I meant Tonu.
Oh, Tonu.
So Tonu needs to take Johanna and Crystal out for
exactly.
dinner. Ryan Powell, Love and Death was hilarious. I loved Woody Allen's bizarre comedy in it. Oh, wait, wrong movie. Which one is Love? Have I ever seen Love
That
and
is
Death?
a great movie. The Woody Allen Love and Death.
Have I seen that? No, I have not seen it.
What year did that come out?
1975. It's on Tubi for free, though.
Fuck yeah.
I should watch more Woody Allen stuff. I know everyone hates Woody Allen, but it's always weird when you have to defend Woody Allen. It's like, no, he's not actually married to his daughter. That was a stepdaughter with a different guy that she was dating. It's like, yeah, but it's still weird. Like, oh yeah, it's weird, but it's just not technically his daughter.
I would like to retract my previous statement. I said Love and Death was a great movie.
Like, he seems to be like a weirdo, but like I think people exaggerate a little bit.
This is a hill to die on for sure.
No, I don't really care. I don't go around. It's not like I spend most of my days going, Woody Allen, blah, blah. I'm going to tell you guys, I don't really often think about Woody Allen.
You put a little pregnant pause between Woody and Allen there, I noticed. Not often I think about Woody. Allen, Woody.
Because I remember he was in the One News, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember hearing that story of him and his daughter. Let me look it up. I'm like, wait, she's not? I'm like, what the hell? Have people just been misreporting this for years?
Why are you still talking about this, Tony? You're like obsessed with Woody Allen.
Okay, so more about Woody Allen, okay? Look, innocence will prove guilty. That's what Adam texts me all the time whenever a celebrity's getting canceled.
That's
I'm
right.
like, Adam, what?
That's right.
Crystal Quinn for $1.99. My co-host Crystal. I'm signing out of your Max on your TV next time I'm over. Don't, because Johanna still hasn't figured out what her password is. If I lose it on the TV, I'm done forever. I don't have HBO Max anymore. I'm sorry, Max. I don't have Max anymore. You don't understand. My TV is like a ticking time bomb of apps. Once my girlfriend changes the Hulu and Disney Plus app, that's it. That is it for my Hulu and Disney Plus days. Once she changes that. Ryan Powell for $5 again. Can't wait for your review of Indiana Jones and the Retirement Home of Doom. Adam, you still excited for Indiana Jones? Or are you still excited?
I'm going to see it.
Did you see the clip that they put out?
Tony, I just wasted 2 hours at The Little Mermaid. I will go to Indiana Jones. It can't be worse than that. I have no self-respect. I'm going there.
Gil, are you excited to see an elderly man play pretend?
It worked so well in Fubar.
I was just gonna say.
Did you notice, by the way, that "Sympathy for the Devil" Rolling Stones played in the Indiana Jones trailer? Fubar opened with the same song.
Yeah, because these are all like boomers who love that song.
That's just the ballad of action stars, I guess, coming back out of retirement in their 70s.
Oh
or
God,
80s.
I watched Crystal Skull yesterday before the review, and God, what a slog that is. That is a slog.
Well, I heard that one's actually a little better than the new one, so
I haven't heard a single good thing about the new one. They made a mistake premiering that a month early at a pretentious film festival because everyone's like, this sucks. The one in Dennis, who again was already in here, but he felt the need to donate $6.66. What's for dinner, Tony? Chicken. Oh boy, I love chicken. Gee, chicken is great. That is a line from Inside. That is an Inside reference. Okay, let me refresh this again. Make sure we don't have any new ones. Oh, we do have some new ones. Crystal Quinn. Again. For $4.99 this time. Joey, can you let Tony borrow your real girl? He needs it real bad.
I can. I just have to make sure she's around here somewhere.
If your real girl has a cute real sister, let me know. AJ Wizzle for $1.99 says, what do real men eat at the movie theater? I don't know. What do you guys
Ass.
just picturing Adam in a theater. Is that why you go at night alone and sit all the way in the back? You got your grinder date, like you're just on grind.
That's why I go solo.
Dad goes to the movies a lot by himself.
I can only reach climax now if Aquafina as Scuttle is talking.
Good news. They put Aquafina in 10,000 movies a year.
I've seen all of her fucking movies. Oh, God. Oh.
just picturing like Adam. We don't want to watch Ocean's 8 again. Why do you keep going to that movie? Okay. Okay. Here's another super chat for $10. Adam does movies. Great podcast. I love Gil from One Take, Adam from Adam Does Movies, and Joey C from Official Joey C. All three of them are great.
The whole crew. Just a little love for you guys.
You know what? I'm just. Cody Bishop for $1.99. When are you doing a 5-hour video essay on Avatar? Gil, do you have any recommendations for doing any advice for doing a 5-hour video essay? I saw that you have some.
Yeah, I did the MCU recap in chronological order, 5 hours and 13 minutes. And I would just say,
do you have to update that every time they make a new movie?
I'm planning to update it a couple times a year. So I'll do one in June and then another one around, a Christmas present for everyone.
Oh,
so
good.
I do have to rewatch Quantumania and recap it. So I'm looking forward to that.
I don't know if I'll be doing any 5-hour long video essays. I've done a few video essays, but I can't go long in them. I'm better long form when it's like this, when it's like a podcast format.
You do want to make sure if you're going to take on that endeavor and spend months working on one video, you want to be pretty confident in it. Because I've done this same thing before where I get a little bit obsessive. So I went really overboard last year and spent like 1,000 hours on what I thought. I was like, this is my masterpiece. A recap and review of every Halloween movie, all the Michael Myers movies.
Ooh.
And it's all going to be connected with skits in between with this overarching narrative. And not very many people watched it, and I felt empty inside for the next few months.
That's sad, man.
Well, Halloween in a few months, maybe the algorithm will pick it back up, but it's a cautionary tale.
Yeah.
2 questions for you, quick. One, do you ever hear people say overarching? Because I don't like that. I say overarching too.
What did I say? I don't remember.
You said overarching, which is what I say.
No, it's arc. It's arc.
It's arc.
No, it's arch.
Crystal said, no, because Crystal said arch, and I had to correct her, and I refuse to be wrong when I correct Crystal.
The fact that Tony is saying it's arc leads me to believe that we're correct, Gil. Second thing, Do you ever do these long video essays where you put tons of time in and then you like screw up on one little stupid thing and like 90% of the comments are like, this guy's discredited.
The on my 5-hour MCU recap, I called what's her name? Natasha Romanoff. I said Romanoff.
Oh, it's over.
And yeah, that's it for me.
I
I also, for some reason, I did a Spider-Man recap and I kept calling Norman Osborn Norm. And at no point in any of the movies do they call him that. And people are like, why do you keep calling him Norm?
I'm sorry, Gil. That was too much. You're gone.
Yeah.
Never having him on again. I will not have someone that wrong on this show. No, I'm kidding. Welcome back, Gil. Adam is going to do a 5-hour essay on the movie Daughters of the Dust from 1991. Right, Adam?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, it's about the early 20th century, a bunch of former slaves who live on this island, and it's about the generational differences, and one of them is a lesbian, directed by Julie Dash. That seems right up your alley, right?
You lost me in the first half, but
I'm gonna pay on Patreon and make sure you review this.
Oh my god,
it's my go-to. No one's heard of that movie. I had to watch it in college. Whenever I try to name a movie,
if you do that, I will give you several shout-outs in that review. Several shout-outs.
No, because someone's gonna like watch it because they're literally film school is the only way you'll ever learn about this movie.
Right.
And they're gonna be like, "What the hell is this? This guy's an asshole, and he keeps talking about some other white asshole." Real quick, we have a last-minute straggler, Brett from Dissect That Film. Hello, Brett.
Hello.
It worked. It's you.
What are you doing? You just did a video with Joey C, right?
Yeah, it comes out tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, baby.
Is it for Ernest?
It
Ernest
is indeed.
Stupid, yeah.
I don't know why you didn't ask me. I don't know if you remember, but months back, there was a guy in my comment section who kept yelling at me for liking Ernest. And I was like, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I reviewed 2 Ernest movies on Cinemassacre, and I only liked one of them. But this guy just kept leaving so many comments about how I suck for liking Ernest. I'm like, am I an Ernest guy? I don't remember going around being like, Ernest.
No, Tony, you need to come back and do a third movie to a trilogy that doesn't need to exist. Okay,
Adam, did the I Know What You Did Last Summer trilogy end up in your newest video? I still haven't watched.
It did not. In fact,
okay.
I don't think I finished that series. I stopped at.
Well, that's because the third one went. The third one went direct to video, Adam. It went direct to video and has no one returning from the original.
I'm really glad I didn't lie for once and act like I saw all 3 of them or 4 of them. And be like, well, there's only 2, dumbass.
No, there are 3. There are 3. Always is canon. Okay, Psycho Jet Black says, is it true you cheated on all your girlfriends? I feel like Psycho Jet Black just wants me to look bad. He seems like one of those guys who wants to clip stuff and then put it on Reddit later. I guess I technically cheated on one girlfriend. I always say this. There were girls who thought I was their boyfriend, and I thought I made it very clear I wasn't. Turns out I didn't. That was in college. I don't do that anymore.
Joey, and we all your ex-girlfriends with him right now in his room.
Yes, they're all lined up on this couch. Right
I'll be right there, ladies.
Oh, some of them hate each other, so have fun with that party. I will say, when you watch Love and Death, because it has a lot about cheating, the one lesson I learned and the one lesson I learned about cheating is never ever get caught. Okay, next we have Crystal Quinn for $1.99 saying it's Arch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Psycho Jet Black. Who is the hottest Italian actress in history? Well, I don't know. Hold on. Let's Google it.
The Golden Arch. Nobody says the Golden Arc is when you think of McDonald's. It's the Golden Arches.
That's a great point.
That is a very good point.
Is Monica Bellucci? Is she Italian?
It might be Monica Bellucci.
I just watched Matrix Reloaded, and she was in that.
Nice.
I was like,
Monica Bellucci's Italian.
That's part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes, Monica Bellucci is Italian. Yeah, she might be on the list. There's some good ones out there. As long as you don't mind like Harry Pitts, Italians pump out some pretty hot women. Okay. All right, these super chats are going nuts tonight. Let's see if that's the end of it. Okay, it looks like that's the end of it. I'll refresh one more time after this, but hey,
These super chats are coming in hot. Okay, there's no more.
I got more than I thought I would. Okay, official Joey C. You can find official Joey C at official Joey C.
That's me.
I showed Gil's image earlier. Gil, what is your YouTube channel called again? Say it again for everyone.
One Take. You can find it at just search One Take, one word, no spaces.
Okay. Unsubscribe from Adam. He doesn't deserve it. Unsubscribe from Adam for turning Mint Salad. Not only did Mint Salad betray me, but then today, right before this stream, she uploaded the video we shot together like a month ago. I'm like, wait, so you betrayed me, but you're also still cashing in on me. Okay, I got it.
You're a stepping stone, Tony. You're a stepping stone.
Yes. She'll be go watch their Power Rangers review with me on their channel. I had to explain the concept of mourning loved ones to them because it was just foreign to her and her boyfriend because they both grew up in the foster system. And they're like, I'm like, all right, say like your parents died. They're like, we don't care. We don't know them. I'm like, okay, well, what about foster parents? And like, we hate all of them. Like, okay, why am I explaining the concept of mourning death? They got to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It'll teach you that concept. Yes, follow Joey C. Also, me and Joey C did a commentary track for Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, because everyone was upset we skipped it on the podcast. I would say listen to that commentary track. We learned a lot about Joey and his origins. I don't want to say what it is. But Joey revealed something, and it was like a missing puzzle piece of his backstory. I'm like, Joey, we figured out what happened.
It's a blockbuster of a story, man. Check it out.
I also put up a review for Bury the Bride. That is directed by Spider-One. Adam, are you familiar with Spider-One?
I'm not, no.
Gil, are you familiar with Spider-One?
No.
Brett Parker, are you familiar with Spider-One?
I mean, I found out clicking on the link to watch that video that he was Rob Zombie's brother. That's all.
He is Rob Zombie's brother. Adam, are you familiar with Get Up, Get Up, Get Up, Drop the Bombshell? Yes, the lead singer of Power Man 5000 made a movie
What
with.
it's like when worlds collide.
Yes, he made a movie with his wife called Bury the Bride. It's a Tubi original. It's got the girl from the Halloween remake. It's something. Check it out. I also reviewed Trancers 3 with Joe Lascola from Movie Dumpster. That is all on Patreon, which you can find at patreon.com/hackthemovies. And as you saw, you can pay to be on the show. It's a lot of fun. I love having you here. Guys, everyone, you all did great tonight, except Adam. Love you all. Love you all. Everyone subscribe to them. And one last super chat. Pizza Werewolf just says, it's pizza night. I feel like it's pizza night every night for Pizza Werewolf. So there you go, guys. If I missed your super chat, I will read it in the next one, hopefully, unless I forget. Oh, wait, there was one I actually did miss. Let me read it. Michael says, I recommend Broadway Danny Rose for Tony. I don't know what that means, but I read it. Goodbye, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe, and see you all later. Goodbye, and broadcast, and broadcast, and broadcast.
Have a gooder night.